All right. I think we're ready to go. Another stream. Another day, another stream. All right. Yeah. All right. We are going to start by dumping some energy. You wouldn't want to make me angry. So Hulk. Another Wolverine. Okay. Just find these guys in here and see what it's about. Alright. Mic audio appears to be good. Game sounds seem to be okay. Yeah. Alright. Well, I already did that. We're going to dump a little energy, and then I'll jump into Arena. Okay. We are connected, okay. To the Wi-Fi, just to make sure. This team should do it. For this kind of stuff, it should be not too bad. Anything good? I like to do like at least an initial clear of all of these things. That way we get the units. It's off the screen. Okay. Right, here we go. Scarlet Witch and Doctor Doom. Doctor Doom. What? Did I just look at his name and look at his face and say his name out loud for some reason? Like a psycho? That's Mortal Abomination. You don't even look anything alike. Good thing there's no one here. No one will ever know. Boom. Looking forward to watching Falcon and the Winter Soldier tonight. Interesting to see where they're going to go with these next two episodes. There's a lot. Oh, he didn't block it. I just put him to block. That's great. Excellent. Bye. Yeah, just kind of excited. I'm excited to see how they're going to wrap it all up. Like, there's still a lot of story to go. Yeah, the classic Captain Marvel vs. Rogue did not go well for old Carol the first time. For those of you who don't know, Rogue got her powers by nearly killing Captain Marvel. Not her mutant powers, but her flying around and invulnerability, super strength kind of crap. She can't fire beams, like energy beams, like Captain Marvel can. But she's got the other stuff. I'm not sure what the justification in the comic is behind that, but I think she eventually lost that power. But yeah, it was like Magneto did something and it stayed in her for longer than it usually does, and she was that, flying around super strong and vulnerable Rogue for a very long time. At least that's what I remember from 20, 30 years ago, whatever that was. It's going through. I'm gonna dump this energy. I'm gonna get right going. Then we hit the arena. I had a little fight with OBS before. I meant to go live at 5, and there was just some settings. I'm just so new that I'm sure there's a better way to do, and I figured it out eventually. But I was like, I was getting a little frustrated. But it's me. It's not OBS. Obviously, I just don't know how to properly navigate things yet. It's just like a new UI, and it just took a while to sort out. And this particular computer does not like running OBS and doing anything else at the same time, so it makes it slower. I have 2 desktops here, and I kind of do a lot of the regular work on the other one, but this one has the built-in camera, so I got to use it for OBS. There might be a way to link them through some kind of HDMI cable or something like that, but I'm not going to do that just yet. I think I need to just suck it up, buy an external camera for this guy, and kind of run things on that. But, for now, this will do. Been looking at cameras online. It's just so many things I don't know. Somebody recommended me, like, there was like, $600-$700 one was like $300, and it was like, YouTubers use this one all the time. It's like, okay. She uses it to record her like live dance shows, so I was like, okay. Like, it's got a little handle thing, and then it's also got like the handle turns into a tripod, and seems like it'll work. If not, I'll try it on my OnlyFans account. It's a joke. I already have a really good camera for my OnlyFans account. I don't have one. I mean, not one that you can see me. Nobody wants that. Clearly, there's nobody here. Yeah. Who? Tigra. Tiger's bodysuit is so funny. So bizarre. So bizarre looking. Oh yeah, check that out. I'm going for Man Pete for best hair. I'm coming for him. I think Cade had good hair. I'm watching his streams. That guy's got good hair. But I dare say, Panda Man Pete's is nigh untouchable. But I'm gonna come after him. Got my eye on you, Panda Man Pete. Those luscious locks. No. Oh, crap. Oh. Went to the dentist today. Got my teeth cleaned. Did a cleaning, a polishing, some x-rays. had a filling come loose. It's not too fun. So they had to go and do a clean thing, and I have to go back in to get. It's like a temporary thing, and they'll do a whole rigmarole with it. Should be fun. I'm trying to get me to do this. Another fix for something that's not an issue, but it said it could be an issue. I'm like, I might as well just pay for it now before it gets more expensive. You know how it is with the dentist. You just ignore it, the cost goes up. I had a root canal a year ago because I let something just go too long. So dumb. You're sitting there, you're like, okay, and now I owe $1,200. Cool. Could have fixed this for maybe like $200 a year ago. Dumb. Anyway. We having a good time. Okay, that's the energy dump. Great. We'll go into arena and we'll see what we can do. What did I get? What did I get here? Hero use. Okay, I'll take a couple of those. And quest completion. That's why I was dumping my energy. I knew I had to get into quest completion. I had to get this stuff. What am I looking at crystal-wise? I have not been saved. Okay. Oh, we're pretty close to a 6-star. Ooh! 6-star crystal opening vid incoming. The community is clamoring. What will Falstaff get? What will he get? Do this. Make sure I get those. I started a bit of arena in the dentist, but they were actually like, every time I've gone there before, I've had to wait for a while, but I guess with COVID, they're just getting people in and out. There's like not a soul in the waiting room except for me until almost right when I walked in. You know, both me and my dentist had a little conversation of how we both were vaccinated. Apparently, if you got Pfizer like I did, there's going to be a third dose you got to take in like a year. But yeah, whatever. I don't have to. If I have to re-up on that, it's fine. I'll take it over COVID any day. Whoop! Come on. All right, your special 3 is trash, so whatever. Whatever. It might be. I wonder if there's a way to adjust it. I feel like I'm dropping frames. There's something. I'm gonna see. Device resolution 12. Okay. FPS match output FPS. I might have to go in and lower the resolution a little bit because I feel like it's a little choppy. I don't think I can do that while I'm streaming, though. It doesn't look like. Ooh, unless somebody knows something I don't know. So anyway, yeah, let's talk about air fryers. I have an air fryer, and it's fantastic. I love it. I when like when we got, I thought it was going to be just some just some kitchen gadget, like a fad kitchen gadget, like the Foreman grill or like Bronco electric food dehydrator, you know. Something you're like, yeah, I was really excited about it, and then like you just don't use much ever, again after your initial like playing with it. I use this thing every single day. Get vegetables, chop them up, put a little olive oil, salt, and pepper on them, toss them right in there. 10 minutes later, boom, just perfect. Made a steak in there today. Had a nice crispy outside, soft inside. Oh my god, it was perfect. Made chicken, shrimp, fish, obviously steak, like I said, and it has been amazing. And it's so easy to clean. I am not sponsored by any air fryers. Just letting you guys know that I'm enjoying mine. We got it. We got it. Anything you want. This is an attempt to stream a little bit earlier for some of the East Coast guys out there. 20 hours on time. We'll do this one. Well, the stuff this morning, I didn't get a chance to do any sort of grinding. So we're just starting this fresh. Starting it fresh. There we go. So another thing I like about my air fryer, you can reheat potato stuff like French fries, like tater tots, and they're because it's just kind of the air is kind of just refrying that oil. You're not like microwaving and making it all gross and soggy. Not putting it in the oven where it like for some I don't know it doesn't feel like it works as well. But the air fryer just crisps that right up. Doesn't heat up my place. So compact. I want 3 of them. How do you guys feel about air fryers? Let me know in the comments. Like for liking an air fryer, dislike for disliking an air fryer. Did I just open myself up for like a bunch of dislikes in the comments? I guess every interaction helps, doesn't matter. I don't really know. I'm just starting out. Soda water with lime, and I put a lot of lime in there. Wow. I was not paying attention. Well, they saying, dog get knocked down, and I'll get up again. I really don't know what goes on in my brain. There will just be random song bits that just slip out here, especially I'm by myself, just so I can hear the sound of my own voice. The sound of my own voice. Got my first viewer in the wild last night. Someone found me, subscribed, hung out for most of the stream, chatting. They were a big fan of a show called Ben 10, which I had never seen. I didn't know anything about. They told me all about it. I watched an episode today. It's quite enjoyable. Fun little cartoon. I have a lot of time to binge stuff now that I'm vaccinated and kind of going back into the regular world for a bit. I mean, but I'm gonna keep watching. I was hoping that would kill him. I didn't think it was gonna kill him. Grunk. Alright, buddy. Come on, buddy. There we go. Just wanted to just get through the fight. There we go. Yeah. Alright. Excited for the new for Black Widow to finally come out. New trailer looks pretty cool. See Taskmaster actually in the movie. I'm excited to see how all that works and who it actually is. There's a guy cast in the movie that is not in any of the trailers, and that's kind of I forget his name. It's kind of the running theory that he's the one, but I don't know. There's also theories that it's Rachel Weisz's character that's going to be Taskmaster. I saw a bunch of theories online. Who knows? Find out when I see it. Sea Control, jumping out of the sky looks fun. David Harbour is awesome and everything. I didn't think the new Hellboy was great. It was fun, but it wasn't like as good as the Guillermo del Toro ones. But I did like his look, and I did like Harbour. I thought he was fun. All right, friend. Oh, I forgot how to play her. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna want to. Yep. Did Hela get a buff? Something? Or is it No, it's the Odin thing, right? She has like a super synergy with Odin. I saw a bunch of people making videos about Hela not too long ago. I don't know, but you know, probably just Cool. Jugs down. My giant cat. I tried to dash back, looking at OBS. Foolish. Bum. What's everybody think of Variant so far? I have not dipped a toe in there yet, but I saw KT1's video. It was kind of just like cobbled together from the other ones. And it reminded me that Kabam sent out like a questionnaire, which I was like, all right, and I was in the mood, and so I filled it out. It was like talking about what you like in the game, what you like. It was all about the variants. Um, just see like which parts of the variants did you like? This, that, the other thing, you know. Um, maybe what like did they just take what they saw there and just were like, oh, let's just put it all in a blender and they're like, maybe they're just trying to please everyone. I don't know. I haven't touched it yet, so I don't know. Seems fun though. I saw a little bit of play yesterday from Lags and Abdo. I missed the Seaton stream, unfortunately. I was going to check that out. I usually try to tune in for new variants, but I was like, when I logged in, I was like, oh, there's a new variant today. Ah, my finger's on the pulse, man. I know what's going on. It's almost famous right there. Ooh, dish. All right. Working the arena. That's right. A little zip up for comfort. Comfort, friends. So, air fryers, right? I cooked asparagus in there with a little garlic. Oh my I've never. The best is Brussels sprouts. You put Brussels sprouts in there and you can get them crispy. Sometimes in the oven, man, they just steam. You know, there's like after you wash them, there's probably some water still inside. And so instead of cooking, they steam, so they get mushy. In the air fryer, that is not an issue. Make a little sauce reduction. I like a little soy sauce reduction for them. Soy sauce, lemon juice, some honey, and some sriracha, and you like thicken that up on the stove, like top in a little saucepan. By the time that comes out and the sauce is all reduced, you just kind of put that on and glaze it. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I just made myself hungry. After the dentist, I went to the grocery store and got a bunch of vegetables and some chicken. Been on a pretty good clip for my diet. I I gained a bunch of COVID weight like everybody else, or a lot of people anyway. And but I was already pretty heavy before, so I just packing it on. Like I had bought clothes, I bought fat clothes, and then I had to buy like more bigger fat clothes, and I was like, I don't know, this is unsustainable. So since January, I like cut out alcohol, started doing it's like fruit, vegetables, and protein. And it's been working out. I've dropped about 25 pounds so far. Um, I have some, for nothing too sugary, but like if I do have sugar, it's a natural, the fruits and stuff. I'm not eating many carbs. Like I guess the fruits or sugars or whatever, but like that's like natural, so it's fine. I'm not really going for some kind of Atkins thing. Just trying to, it's kind of, I want it to be like a lifestyle thing. Like I get my food, I make my food. I know exactly what it is, what's in it, how much how much portion I'm getting. That's been working out, man. I feel better. Feel a lot better. My skin is better. Except for my nose, because I keep freaking touching it. Twofold. I'm touching it because it itches. So I don't know if it's an allergy thing here, but start taking an allergy pill just in case. So I don't rub it too much on stream. and freaking masks. My mask on my nose just giving me those nose pimples. So I got, started. Once I ate clean, that slowed down a bit, but it's still like kind of annoying. But now I've been doing the face wash stuff, and it's all dried out now. So what do I need to now re-moisturize? I don't know these things. I'm gonna talk to some of my lady friends or anybody who moisturizes. Let me know. Let me know your moisturizer routine, because I'm getting older and it's probably time for some moisturizer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. You're old. Take care of your skin, people. I'm drinking plenty of water. That's great too. I refuse to give up coffee. Forget about it, Jack. Stop hassling me about the coffee, okay? I'm gonna drink it. God, you're so judgmental. Listening to you judge me about the coffee. Alright. I tried. One company, they released this like Fruity Pebbles creamer, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna try that. I got it, and man, they nailed it. It tastes like Fruity Pebbles, like after you eat the cereal milk. It's like they nailed it. It was perfect. The question I had, though, after I put it in coffee was like, why did I think Fruity Pebbles milk would taste good in coffee? So I got some hazelnut creamer instead, which I like a lot better. I'm like Winston Wolfe with that stuff, man. Lots of cream, lots of sugar. It said no sugar. I actually don't really care for sugar in coffee, but the creamer, put it in me. I don't know if the coffee is just a creamer vessel or what, but you know. Surfer. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to put to tweet that I was going live. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. I don't have any followers on my Twitter yet either. Well, we'll get there. Yo, Derek, what's up, man? Welcome to the stream. Our Loki in the house. How are you doing? Just sitting here talking to myself for about 35 minutes. But, it's not really different. I'm just broadcasting it to the world instead of doing it on my own. Mr. D. Hung in the house. Oh, okay. I'm getting smacked in the face. This is what viewers do. This is what viewers do to me, man. I can't play. Oh. Okay. Throw it. Okay, never mind. Oh, I'm lagging. It is lagging. So anyway, more about air fryers. I tried cooking artichokes in that thing. That was the only fail I ever had so far. I just do not know how to make that stuff tender in an air fryer. Ugh. The internet said it was easy. I might die here. I am gonna die here. Great. No. Yep. Working from home, getting lost down the YouTube rabbit hole. Yep. I have been there. You're like, I'm gonna get to work, but first, let's just see who's streaming. I could listen to a stream and work at the same time, no problem. Hour later, you're like, there's one thing filled in on your spreadsheet. You're like, what am I doing? Oh, 1%. Thank you. There we go. I guess technically I'm working from home now too. Haha. All right. This is a job, right? This is a job. I hear some people get paid to do this. Save that. Definitely a bad multitasker, yeah. I try. It usually just ends up being very scatterbrained. I'll write one thing down, go get something else. I'm like, oh, there's dishes in the sink. I better wash those. Go back. Oh, got to take out the trash. Go back to, oh, I'm feeling a little hungry. I'll get some grapes. Oh, I should probably chop that broccoli. So portion it out later. Come back. What was I doing in here? Oh, I better answer some emails. Look over at my other computer and go, oh, right. I was supposed to write a thing. Derp. Then I'll, get a few lines into that, pick up my phone, like, what's going on Facebook? I haven't heard from my brother, and blah, blah, blah. Oh, what's that hot girl doing on Instagram today? Let's see. It's a never-ending cycle of trying not to do work. How's the sound out there? Like, is everything sounding good? Game sound? Can you hear things? Am I okay? Early days, I don't really know. Whenever I try to turn it on my other computer and watch it, starts making these horrible feedback sounds. I'm like, no. So I've just kind of taken it on faith. I rewatched stream just to make sure that things were looking good, and I think I need to figure out my settings. Like, I think I might be dropping frames on the game, and I might need to lower the resolution, but I have to look at some settings on OBS and look at some YouTube videos just to figure out what the right way to go is, because yeah, it's definitely a little choppy. Story of my life. Yeah, story of mine too, man. Just, every day's a struggle. Every day's a struggle. I'm looking forward to Falcon and Winter Soldier tonight, and Invincible's about to drop a new episode too. Amazon Prime. Those are my shows right now. I had never read the comic. My buddy Josh was telling me to for years, but coming through loud and clear. Game audio is low, but fine if that's how you want it. Okay, good. Um, yeah, I mean, if people like I want it to be like heard just a little bit, because I can't hear anything. Um, so as long as it's not like, as long as you're not being deafened by Howard the Duck quacks, I think we're all good. What was I saying? Oh yeah, okay. Neither of these guys can bleed, and that's not gonna. This is gonna be a fun one. Invincible. My buddy Josh was telling me about it for years that I should read this comic, and I just never picked it up. By the same guy, Robert Kirkman, who did The Walking Dead, and so when the series came out, I was like, oh, just watch that. It's great. It is not what I expected. Violent as hell. I mean, I guess I should have expected that from Kirkman, but it was dope. If you haven't watched it, man, the first episode, the end, you're like, what the It's cool. It's like the boys level violence. Does Guillotine 2099 have a synergy with him or something? Is there a reason he's gaining power like that? Yeah, what's that power gain? Okay. Just love super long arena fights. Oh, he's just healing me with his armor break. That's fine. Yeah, I'm not powered draining him. I'm powered. Maybe that's the thing I'm saying. I just don't know. I've got this guy as a 6-star. Maybe there's something I don't know. Another favorite in the arena, Guillotine 2099. Oh, God. Why? Who puts her in the arena? As BG would say. Who? Do it. There we go. Are you watching any of the Marvel TV shows? I forgot. I almost just want to die. I hate fighting her. Just a whiny little baby right now. Thanks. I hate that little clip at the end there that she gets you. Cool. I tried that. There we go. Alright. Boom. Still motivated enough to grind game like 18 months ago. Yeah. Well, the whole point, kind of the stream was to do arena, like, because I was not motivated to do it, and I figured, hey, if I'm falling behind, and it's not like I really care because I'm an R Loki, but like, I still want to get this stuff and keep my account decent. So I figured, hey, why not do it live? Yeah, God, she's gonna do the thing where I can't get out. Yeah. I don't know if you can hear that, but my downstairs neighbor has chosen now to start hammering something into their wall. Hello? Hello? Yeah, I mean, no, like, even when I wasn't feeling like doing the arena, I would do like at least the six fights in the 2-star to get those like 10, 11 units or whatever. But I wasn't even doing that. Just like, I'm not going in there. Just got Disney Plus and relatively recently, so I binged WandaVision and getting caught up on Falcon and Winter Soldier. The subscription's been well worth it so far. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Are you a Star Wars guy? You like that at all? Because The Mandalorian kicks ass. That show is awesome. It's so fun. I think they did a bang up job with that show. Yeah, screw it. Not you. I'll let you freaking do some later. Yeah, I had a good time watching WandaVision. It was weird, cool. And it really kind of like sauced those characters up a little bit. I think their total screen time before that was just pretty negligible. It really kind of fleshed out their characters a lot. And they introduced Agatha Harkness, which is super cool. Mando and felt lost. Was never into Star Wars. Wasn't sure if I need more background. Yeah. It's kind of a show. Favreau, big star. It's kind of by fans for fans. To be honest, I think a lot of it had was kind of like great. Making up for people's distaste for the J.J. Abrams / Rian Johnson newest trilogy, which was kind of bad. I mean, there's stuff to like about Force Awakens and Last Jedi, and there's stuff to hate about them, but The Rise of Skywalker is just like a big giant mess. But yeah, if you don't like Star Wars, there's a lot of stuff that I'm sure, like, for me, it's like that's part of my DNA. So everything, like, I used to read the books. I played the freaking role-playing game when I was a kid. There was a point where I knew more about the politics of the Star Wars universe than I did about my own. Like, I knew who, like, senators from planets were and stupid stuff like that. So, like, I'm like, oh, man, they're doing this thing. And my girlfriend looked at me. She's like, I don't know why I'm with you. Like, look, lady, we're watching this. was super into the WandaVision though, because Scarlet Witch has always been a character that's kind of straddled the line of hero villain. I mean, she's always, you know, bent towards hero, but like sometimes she just can't control herself, and she's a frickin' villain. Changing entire worlds, taking away mutant powers and all that stuff. And so it was cool to see, like, especially like right at the very last episode at the end when she's like holding the Darkhold, and like while she's also having her cup of coffee in her you know, regular form. I was like, oh man, this is gonna go some evil places. I'm very excited for that. Fully expect the Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness to just jump off from where that left off. Yeah. Gangsteam. Gangsteam. No more mutants. Yeah, exactly. I remember when that happened, 'cause there were so many titles. I'm going to turn this on. I think Marvel, like, you know, people were just getting lost in the lore. Like, I don't know what to read, and so, like, cutting it all down, you know, obviously, it's also a way to you cut staff. You're like, we're not hiring this writer. But it also gave the new guys, like, a chance to sort of remake the Marvel universe in their own image and kind of reboot things from the past. Sort of what the Ultimates was supposed to be about, but, you know, like, Ultimate Spider-Man was great, like, introducing Miles, blah, 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 but a lot of the Ultimate stuff was, like, too try-hard, almost, in my opinion. Elizabeth Olsen she is so hot. Like, oh my god. I've met the Olsen twins in person a long time ago at a bar in Hollywood, and they're super tiny, and they're kind of like, you know, super wavy and like hipster girls. But I saw Elizabeth Olsen once at the Grove, and oh my gosh, she's just like radiant, and she's a really good actress too. You know, she was nailing those emotional scenes, getting those moments. And she looked real good in that Scarlet Witch costume. They finally got in the costume. That was great. Somebody finally said the name Scarlet Witch. It's like, cool. Kind of excited to see where they go with that, because like they kind of made Scarlet Witch like a cosmic entity. You know, the Mind Stone gave her the powers, and like it's like she said, you're the Scarlet Witch, so it's something that's known. You know, she's a chaos magic practitioner and all that. I'm kind of excited to see how they take that. If maybe this is kind of their phase 4, is that what we're in? Version of like the Phoenix Force, or if it's just going to be a whole different cosmic entity altogether. I may or may not have Googled Elizabeth Olsen a few times. A few times too many. It's on your phone. Nothing. Why are you always looking at her? This is a joke. This is a joke if you're watching. They already announced plans for another season of WandaVision, or are they just assuming? They have not. I don't know if they're gonna do like seasons of these shows, or if they're just like kind of one-off stories that they want to tell, like to kind of, you know, do the more episodic type things that comics are really good at. So as far as I know, none of the series have been, greenlit for sequels, and I don't even know if they're considering them or if they're just gonna kind of see what hits and what the demand is. I imagine they didn't expect the full-on hit that WandaVision turned into. People, when Twitter grabs something like that, it can be crazy. When so many people embrace it, I think you just gotta kind of like ride the wave and then see what happens after. Because all the stories are so planned out, and they all have the money and tied up in other things. They're going to make all these other movies and all these other things. So it's probably a hard scheduling thing to do. Hold on one second. I will be right back. I gotta go to the restroom real quick. Okay, back. I'm fully expecting some kind of, I don't know, maybe reference on Falcon and the Winter Soldier to something coming up. Maybe Black Widow, maybe Shang-Chi. Because Shang-Chi hasn't even dropped a trailer yet, so I'm thinking like maybe something in the like end credits of one of these next couple of episodes might show some Shang-Chi, like, might bridge the gap or something, and then they'll, Disney will drop the trailer or something maybe this weekend or next weekend. At least that's what I'm hoping for. I don't even want to deal with Kingpin. Okay. It doesn't seem like Falcon and the Winter Soldier is the vessel to introduce a story like the Eternals. This is much more. This show feels much more street level than cosmic, which I think is intentional to have the juxtaposition between the both of them. But I am looking forward to a good martial arts movie with those Marvel stunt coordinators, man. That is going to be sick. Oh, okay. I thought I was in. I literally have never read a Shang-Chi comic in my life, but it seems very cool. Like, I never read any of the new Guardians stuff either, but when like I'd collected some of the cards and stuff back in the day, and so I knew kind of who the characters were. But I loved, I loved every second of that movie when it came out. So, like, whatever their version of Shang-Chi is, it's going to be my first, and hopefully I'll love it. I could not get into Iron Fist. That show's... It was... Like, first of all, like, if you're going to cast a guy who beat a dragon, like, make him look like freaking Bruce Lee, not some dude who does yoga. Like, I don't need the guy from Game of Thrones getting cast as Danny Rand just because he's hot right now. Again, he was much better in the second season of Luke Cage. Like, whatever direction they took, they were like, do this. It was actually more like comic appropriate Danny. And the fight scene was just much better than anything they did on the thing on the Netflix series. Excited for this big cameo that may or may not happen this week. Allegedly, supposedly, maybe. Yeah, hopefully. I mean, my favorite thing was Paul Bettany trolling everybody with WandaVision. That was so funny. Like he lit the internet on fire. And he was like, the final episode, I finally got to do a scene with an actor I've been wanting to work with for years, and I'm surprised it hasn't leaked, And it turned out he's doing a scene with himself. It's like, this is such a great troll that I respect it. People are like, it's gonna be like Ian McKellen or Patrick Stewart coming in. And nope, it's just him and him. Like, chef's kiss. Paul Bettany, chef's kiss, bravo. What am I doing? Let's do this. We got rickrolled big time. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you. Okay, I'll take 2 of those, just in case Deadpool shoots me in the face. I hope they do some more with Isaiah Bradley on Falcon and the Winter Soldier. The Black Captain America and his son, because his son is a member of the Young Avengers. Son or grandson. I think it's maybe it's grandson. He got some of that. I'm assuming he got some of that the power passed down through his DNA. We've already seen Wiccan and Speed, WandaVision's kids. Well, yeah, I guess it is WandaVision's kids. And then we know we got the Hawkeye show coming up where he's training Kate Bishop. Or training his daughter, whatever it is. So they got a bunch of new Avengers in the works. Maybe, all the young cast, and Tom Holland's kind of like the default leader at that point. Son, I thought, okay. I wasn't entirely sure, because he's so much younger. But at the same time, like, that guy's got, super soldier blood, so he's probably pretty virile into his old age. He ain't shooting blanks, if you know what I mean. Unless that's a Side effect of the... No, because he has green. What am I doing with this person? Yeah, I just... They got a lot... I wonder who's going to end up with the shield. Or if they're going to get... Like... Because we haven't seen any of the... I'm really surprised that they showed us so much of the stuff that, like, from later episodes. Provided maybe it wasn't just, like, some kind of troll, but, like, we've always seen the, we've seen footage that, you know, in trailers that hasn't been in movies, but, like, you know, him and Bucky kind of throwing the shield around and next to his house or in the woods or whatever. We haven't seen that yet, so I'm assuming that's coming up. Like, they got to get the shield from John Walker at some point. I'm assuming after John Walker has publicly executed somebody on live in front of the world. It might happen after. I thought Wyatt Russell did a really great job that part and making like he made people hate him, like the character, so much they actually like harassed him as a person. Just like, dude. Do people like harass Ralph Fiennes for playing a Nazi in Schindler's List? Oh, no. This is a comic book thing. Like, chill out. It is a big testament to how good Chris Evans was, though. People just hate Wyatt Russell so bad. There we go. And the guy who played Falcon's, like, buddy in the Humvee, talking to him about it in the first episode, he becomes Falcon at some point in the comics. And of course Bucky's had the shield in the comics too. Interesting to see what they're going to do. I hope it goes to Falcon. But interested in how the story's going to resolve. Great job in the last episode. You could see Walker becoming unhinged and it was pretty believable. Yeah, definitely. I like how we haven't seen him without the helmet since, like, that second episode. Until, like, that bar scene when he's, like you can see he's jonesing to take that freaking... Take that vial. They had the U.S. agent storyline in the comics was kind of like that too. Kind of lost his mind a little bit, and he had to go through a similar sort of Bucky situation where he had to be like deprogrammed and brought back in. Last file. I don't know how you do that with Wyatt Russell's character. I don't know. He's good. Like, I want them to keep him around, but I think there's more stories to tell there. But U.S. Agent isn't like a fan favorite character. He's kind of the ones for the nerds to be like, yeah, U.S. Agent. They dropped a lot of those in there, you know, like Battlestar. Battlestar was actually named Bucky. Bucky had in the comics for a while. And then they killed him, poor Lamar. I like that actor. I've seen him in something else before too, but I can't remember what. I really like the woman playing his sister too. I can't remember. Was she in? I can't remember. I remember her from something, but again, can't remember from what. It's funny that both Kurt Russell and Wyatt Russell are in the MCU. We just need to bring Goldie Hawn in somewhere. Get the whole family involved. What could she play? Goldie Hawn. Young Goldie Hawn, easy. She's so comedic. She could be like... Emma Frost or something like that. But she's almost too... She needs to be like... Goldie Hawn's a comedian, so we need something good for her. What would be good for her? I mean, now it's rough. Marvel's not famous for their older female characters. I mean, they could bring her in as like the president of some planet, like they had Glenn Close in Guardians. Maybe she's like a general. A reference to her Private Benjamin roots. And, Thaddeus Ross is now Secretary of State or whatever, so they had to promote somebody. Might as well be General Benjamin. I really hope they do the storyline with Thaddeus Ross turning into Red Hulk. That'll be fun. The MCU is going to need a violent Hulk guy again. A Thunderbolts movie just sounds super fun. Oh, twitchy, very, very twitchy. Just picked up Elsa as my most recent 6-star. She's fun. I like her. What else did I watch recently? Oh, I finally checked out Titans over quarantine. I hadn't really wanted to watch that show because, like, when the previews came out, it looked like it was wannabe, like, tough, kind of like fuck Batman. It's like, okay, settle down, show. But then I was bored, and it was on HBO Max, and I was like, I'll give the show a chance. And it was pretty good. They did a lot of good stuff with those characters. I was actually very surprised, and pleasantly so. I didn't like the end of the second season, the very end. Not going to spoil it, but they just did a dumb thing. I think they're probably going to immediately undo. But the way it happened, I was like, what the hell is going on? And then Doom Patrol was really fun, too. I'm starting to watch that. Doom Patrol was, like, emotional. And, I mean, so was Titans, but, like, it was, like, I was like, oh, okay. It's like, what is this giant, dumb-looking robot doing in this show? Oh, he's about to make me cry. Okay. All right, this show's legit. Just you take any character seriously, and then no matter what they look like, they can have an emotional impact. No, no, I'm gonna get whacked. All right. Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with Fantastic Four, because the Fox movies are not that great. I mean, at least they got us, Chris Evans into the MCU or stuff early, but yeah, I watched. I actually bought it. I enjoyed it. It's not great, but I like it. I like it because I like nerdy stuff, and it's got some issues. Um, but it's a very small movie, a very contained cast. Um, I don't know. It's kind of fun. I'll say this: I have not rewatched it, nor do I have any desire to. I don't want to, poop on anybody's parade, but that chick from Queen's Gambit is in it. She plays Magic. She's also very attractive. And she's pretty good. She does. She's doing kind of a moose and squirrel Russian accent, but whatever. There's a cool kind of effect sequence towards the end, but I don't know. I just kept thinking, why don't they just leave? I guess they can't. There was something in the plot. I don't know. To be honest, I kind of smoked a bowl before that movie and played on my phone afterwards while I was watching at the same time. So maybe I'll give it a rewatch. Who knows? Yeah, any movie could be could be rough if you're just not paying attention. But yeah, it's not like it made a huge splash. So, for me, it was worth watching. I really like Cannonball. I love that character. The New Mutants is always a fun concept for me, and back in the day. So getting to see Cannonball is cool. Like the X-Men movies are ones, they sort of brought me in, like the, the first, like that one and Spider-Man. I'd been collecting comics since I was a kid, and then I kind of got out of it for a few years, and those pulled me right back in. Gonna do the same, man. Why not? it might up your viewing experience. You're like, yeah, I kind of like that movie. I was getting units and monthly event quests, but it was fine. God, who else? Oh, the Arya, the Maisie Williams. She is Wolvesbane. Well, at least I remembered the name. Who's the other mutant? There's Cannonball, Wolfsbane, Magic, the Dream Girl, the Native American. Oh, she's not Warpath. She's not. frick is her name? Okay. Did he start off with his... Nick Fury is so bugged. Whatever. Yeah, the what was it? Dark Phoenix Saga. The last X-Men movie that came out. It was the first X-Men movie I didn't go see in the theater. So after Apocalypse, I was like, man, no way. Like, Apocalypse was such a mess. Appreciate Oscar Isaac chewing the scenery as best he could, but he looked like that frickin' guy from Power Rangers. It was so goofy looking. Like Olivia Munn, another very attractive woman. Like trained for months with that sword. She barely got any screen time and almost no lines. I'd be so pissed. Whenever they have sequences where, like, the villain tries to quickly gather a group of mutants and, or, you know, other people to their it always ends up just being really cheesy. They show up and they're like, you want to be evil? No. And then, but look at this power. Okay, I'll be evil. Another Nick Fury here. Like, Archangel's a cage fighter? What? Like, what? Like, do the story. Rich ass Warren Worthington is there for a reason. Like, he's not a cage fighter. He's a hollow-boned like, little guy who flies around. He gets taken by Apocalypse and horrifically... What I want, like, okay, so here's the X-Men movie I wrote in my head. All right? So, you know, this movie is not Wolverine-centric. But we have Iceman. We have Iceman. We have... any of the X-Men movies in the theater, they were all relatively disappointing, but I find myself watching them all the time when they show up on cable or streaming services. Yeah. No, I do. Like, the first X-Men movie was okay. I mean, I really liked it when it came out, but, you know, looking back, it's got some effects issues and stuff, and the X2 is really cool. I liked it a lot because Wolverine stabs those guys, like, he stabs that dude at the fridge. It's like, and we were in the theater like, yes! Because a guy with 6 knives coming out of his hands stabs people. Like, you have to stab. You can't just, like, slash at their weapons and stuff. You stab people and they die. That's how Wolverine works. So thank you for finally acknowledging that. Now, there was no blood, but, you know, they more than made up for that in Logan. Logan was fantastic. And then X3 sucked. And then X-Men... First Class was actually pretty decent. I enjoyed that one. Days of Future Past. I actually really like Days of Future Past. It's a well-made movie. And then the other ones just, Meh. Yeah. But anyway, I want there to be like a movie where there's like anti-mutant hate group and they like Archangel, is Warren Worthington. He's got like a nightclub on top of a building, and my thought was like he's flying home one day, sees like a crime, goes down there, tries to solve it. Boom, no, it's an ambush. Bam, they nail him, like they beat the hell out of him. They nail him to a church door by his wings, so his wings have to be cut off. Ugh. And then he meets Apocalypse. Or Apocalypse kidnaps him, gives him back, gives him the metal wings. Don't make the rich boy be a cage fighter. It's like, we already had a cage fighting scene in the first movie. It was Wolverine, and it made sense. But yeah, my X-Men movie would be focused on the original team at first, and then we meet some of the other ones as we went along. You definitely want to get Storm in there at some point. They have yet to do Storm justice on screen as far as movies go. And with the whole Wakanda thing going on, and like there's lots of fun stuff you could do with Storm. I like my idea. Good. Tell Disney. Hello, Kevin Feige. Yeah, my buddy in my alliance, he's got this great idea. Hello? Hello? I think they hung up on me. I had this cool idea for like an opening sequence. It would be a way to like introduce like Cyclops' origin and the cosmic part of the X-Men at the same time. Send somebody an email. It's a strongly worded email, please. But like basically, you would see Scott's like young Scott Summers and young Alex Summers. They're kind of like running along on a tarmac towards a plane, and you see all these mountains in the background. It's like snow covered. It's in Alaska, and then you kind of see their father, Corsair from the comics, and he comes in, and he's like, and he's kissing his wife, and she's obviously pregnant. Done deal for yeah, excellent. When I get the meeting, I will shoot you a text and say thank you. Because anyway, yeah, they get on like their Cessna Cedar, and Corsair's like flying them around, and they're having like families like mom and dad are kissing in the front seat. Then boom, aliens. The Shi'ar or whatever have come, and they're and they like a beam kind of starts hitting the plane, and it's like, oh god, you kind of get that like inside of the plane thing from like Incredibles. There's only one parachute. They put it on Scott, and he's got to hold on to Alex as they like the parents push them out of the plane, and as they're going like they're like running, scream, falling, and then you see like a beam hit the plane, and boom, it blows up. You assume they die, but of course we know that if you've read the comics, like the Scott and Alex's parents get kidnapped when they go into space and become the Starjammers, and we can do that later on with that whoever gets cast as that. But as they're falling, you see like Scott's powers activate, and it's like a big freaking wide shot of the mountains, and you just see like a laser beam coming out of his eye, and then as he falls, he kind of like blasts the ground, and that's how. And then Mr. Sinister finds him or something, like. That would be super cool. And then we cut to years later, and it's Iceman and Archangel, or just regular Angel, just like racing in the sky. I have a lot of thoughts. I've thought about this X-Men movie for a long time. So, yeah, give me that meeting. Give me that meeting, Derek. Give me the meeting, Derek. Thomas Bigley was hospitalized today for dementia. There's nothing we could do. He was in the corner. He had 6 knives in his hand. Cyclops visor. Nothing else. He was screaming about the movie he wanted to make. They picked him up, but I don't think we're gonna be able to do anything. Dude. Right? It's a cool idea. Luckily, this broadcast is only from the waist up, because I'm right there with you. I excite myself. Hey, somebody's got to do it. I mentioned my girlfriend earlier, but I am actually single now. I was not single during WandaVision. I wonder if that had anything to do with it. Obviously, I'm super broken up about it. But yeah, my thought was, that's your big first action sequence, then you move on into meeting, Mr. Sinister or something like that. And, he's raising Scott and Alex as, like, surrogates, but also, experimenting on him because he's Mr. Sinister. And eventually, like, the first movie called X-Men, like, Sinister, then X-Men Inferno, then X-Men Apocalypse. That's my my trilogy idea. And the first one is Sinister manipulating the genes of Scott and Alex. But we know Sinister by the end of the movie is working for somebody else, and eventually we'll meet Apocalypse in the third one. And then, they get taken from Sinister when Professor X senses they're in pain somewhere through Cerebro, and he shows up with Hank McCoy, who's he's already recruited, and Jean Grey, and they rescue Scott in a cool action scene. Scott and Alex, but or they rescue Scott. Alex gets. I haven't worked out what happens to Alex yet, but there's a reason he's not part of the X-Men. He goes off somewhere, or maybe he escaped, or something like that. I don't know yet. So then they form together, and then you have a nice, fun like training montage together, where you have. Oh yeah! Eventually, they meet Warren. Maybe Warren was part of the original group that rescued them too. And Warren's rich. Blah blah blah. They have a fun training montage where like Angel's racing Iceman, and they're like flying around and stuff. And then they have their first fight or whatever. and they're like celebrating. They're celebrating at Warren's nightclub, which is on top of some building in New York. And Warren decides to go out for a little night fly, sees the mugging, blam, nailed to a church door. So the X-Men have to deal with that, and you get the they're just heroes of the day, and suddenly now one of them's been crucified. So they deal with that, and then suddenly, no correlation. nothing at all. That couldn't have been it. Yeah. Don't have an ending yet, but whatever. I'm not actually going to work on this movie. No, I'm not going to write this whole thing down because no one's going to listen to me. That's just not how Hollywood works. You don't just be like, hey, I read a script for the X-Men, this property you own. I do need to get this on paper. Maybe Kevin Feige will like my writing sample. Bring me in on the team, So, of course, you have a Starjammers movie after that at some point. Get into space with the X-Men, maybe too. Meet Lilandra. Professor X and Lilandra have a little zero-G sex, That'd be cool. I've been really trying, baby. Let's get it on. He's like, let me play you some Earth music. Yeah, and then Inferno would just be dealing with the fallout of Sinister brainwashing Alex. So, Havoc is like there with Polaris and some other X Factor guys, Multiple Man maybe, and they have to fight them in order, and then Professor X breaks their brainwash at some point. You probably already heard everything you said. He's always listening. He is everywhere. Yep. Yeah, he's tuning in the stream right now. He's like, oh, this is good. Keep going. He's jotting it down, checking the playback. I guess I am recording this for all the world to see in perpetuity, so didn't even think about that. But like I said, it doesn't matter. Did I use the Karnak? Did not good. All right. So yeah, probably about halfway through Inferno, they kill Sinister. He leaves him no choice. Scott has to optic blast him into oblivion. It's a very emotional moment for him, overcoming his abuser and all that. And then, but oh no, he was just a pawn. He was just a lieutenant, a horseman, if you will, of Apocalypse. Or perhaps just a scientist of Apocalypse looking for horsemen to transfer him into. And we now find the missing angel, after they've, with them, but he is, he's all blue now. He's got the metal wings, and he's just like throwing stuff at him, and they're getting stabbed by his poison things, and they have to get the hell out of there because he's too much to deal with. People are just taking knives to the face. It's gonna be brutal, and they gotta go, and they gotta get out like Iceman's like holding up a shield, and they get out of there somehow. Was that Warren? And they're all upset. So at the end, you gotta confront Angel. You gotta break his brainwashing. In the next Men Apocalypse, the third movie would have like, you know, the full on whatever horsemen he's made. And you gotta fight them, and they're wreaking havoc across, you know, North America or something like that. And it just turns into action schlock, which is fun. That's my pitch, Kevin. Can I call you Kevin? Mr. Feige? Sir? It'd be cool, like, get that James Gunn treatment when Warner Brothers rolled out the red carpet for him after he got fired, and you know, he got rehired, but after he got fired for the dumb tweets. Like, they just rolled up there and said, pick whatever you want, and like, he's like, I'll take Suicide Squad. That sounds like fun. Getting that kind of, like, if you have a couple big hit movies on your hands, people are like, they just bring out the trays, the dessert cart, and they're like, what would you like, sir? And like, ooh, I'll take Starro, and I'll take Captain Boomerang, and I'll definitely take Harley. We're gonna ditch Deadshot for this one, but yeah, it must have been super fun. And also, you know, reassuring that you're gonna get hired again when Warner Brothers is like, yeah, come over here. This is all dumb. Everybody knows these are just dumb jokes. Oh, yeah. Come and get your love. Come and get your love, Corvus. Yeah. Here we go. Alright. Thing about Age of Apocalypse, like another thing about it that I didn't like. The end is just when the end is just like people shooting beams at each other, like, and they're like, damn, there's like one beam from this side, one beam from that. It just gets boring. Like there's like, you know, the end of like the Harry Potter wizard fights, like when they're like, and the two wands are like that. It looks kind of interesting because there's stuff going on. But if they're just like, whap, whap. The wizard fight, the coolest one was the one between, you know, Voldemort and Dumbledore, where he's just like, they're like shattering things and picking up freaking big globules of water, and fire is going around. Like, that fight was dope. Like, but when you're just like, ice beam, fire, it's like, it's just lame. Like, do something creative with the action. That's what made The Incredibles so good. It's like all of the action was so creative. Like, these people know how to use their powers, and it's awesome. think this is going to be the last one, and I'm going to go eat dinner. Been marinating the steak all day. Oh, I'm going to cook it in my air fryer, which I love. Go. All right, Derek, Mr. D. Hung. Thank you for stopping in, keeping me company while I'm just talking to myself. Appreciate having somebody to bounce off of. Yeah, I might even stream later tonight. I'm not sure. It depends on how tired I'll be. But if I can't sleep, I'll just be on grinding. So, man, have a good one. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.